Hello there. It's Melissa Mobley with the 406 Dream Team, eXp Realty. And today I just wanted to take the time to introduce myself, tell you a little bit about me, who I am, and my why for real estate. I think we all have our reasons for why we get into what we get into, and our reasons are often say how passionate we are about what we do. So I just wanted to give you a little background about who I am and why I chose to be a realtor and and be so passionate about it. So my background growing up, I grew up in Pennsylvania. My dad is a builder. He would build spec homes, and we would move around a lot. We would oftentimes move into the spec home, and then we'd sell it, and then move into the next spec home, and then we'd sell it, and it was just this constant buy sell, and he was putting a lot of homes out. Um, our group of friends, my parents' friends, they didn't have many friends. They weren't super social people. They were realtors. The people we hung out with were realtors. My first car came from a good friend of my dad's, who was a realtor. So, definitely in my blood to a large degree. We would drive around, do open houses. I loved going to open houses. I loved just dreaming, like, I will have this beautiful home one day, and would envision myself and what my home would look like. And I just love to see how they would put and design kitchens and bathrooms and, windows. Were they big? Could you see views? Like, I just geeked out on that stuff when I was little. Um, and then so we, while we did a lot of moving, we did end up living in a pretty cool little quaint town, Quaker town. And we lived there for a while, and then things started to get built up. So my grandparents moved out to Montana, and I followed my parents. So my parents moved out here, following my grandparents, and that's how I ended up in Montana. Was initially my grandparents moving out here, and I was in college, so I transferred colleges, finished here, and went on to get my degree in sociology, and I became a counselor. Um, During that time, I ended up having two children, and it was very taxing when it comes to just financially. I wasn't making enough money. My time, I was working the 9 to 5, but also taking a lot of what was going on within my counseling sessions, taking it home, and it was just it was hard, and it was too much, and I didn't feel like I was giving my best self to my children. Um, and I always loved real estate. So all the while I'm doing this, in my spare time, I'm looking up, what's the market doing? How many houses are selling? Looking at purchase prices, what people are buying properties for. And I always was tuned in with real estate. So I knew there was more money to be made in real estate, and I didn't know how exactly I could do that. I thought it was actually, after doing some research, I thought, oh, okay, well, being a realtor could be pretty simple. There's a lot more to it than I had initially expected, and it took a lot of time and energy just initially. And I did leave my counseling position, and I went on to work at Pierce Flooring, which I absolutely love. That I learned so much about um, just the whole process of when it comes to tile flooring, putting in a new floor, what type of value, how much it costs to put these things in. Um, and then also, value add. I met a lot of landlords, a lot of builders, a lot of, fixer uppers, the flipper type of folks. And through that, I more and more was like, okay, so when I was in counseling, I got my real estate license. I went to Pierce Flooring because I could make more money while also learning more about the trade of real estate. And I met a lot of folks through that who ended up actually giving me the go and the confidence to jump ahead and just get into real estate. I was doing it part time for probably, I got my license in 2015. I was probably doing it part time for the first year and a half, maybe two. Um, and then I got connected with folks where I was getting a steady stream of business. A lot of my clients who I met at Pierce Flooring are still my clients today in real estate. I've got a listing right now, a pretty large listing with one of my folks who I met at Pierce Flooring, and we've become really good friends. We get together with the family. He's wonderful. So some of my best connections came through Pierce, and my relationships. And so I when I started doing well enough, it still was a leap. I was nervous to leave my, full time, more stability. That it was a commission paid, but at the same time, um, I was nervous. I was single momming it at that time, and so I was nervous. Was it okay for me to leave this position and go out and just find my own clients and create this business essentially? And it worked out really well. It was the one of the best decisions I've ever made. I was nervous, I was fearful, but I knew that was my why. I knew I needed to work hard, and I knew I needed to provide for my children, but I also wanted to have the time, the freedoms, and I wanted to be happy. I wanted to go to work and be excited about what I was doing every day, um, and that's what being a realtor has provided for me. So, um, having my license now, I'm going on year 8, and it's not only was it the right choice, I've made a lot of friends, I've created a lot of relationships that I know I'll continue to have for the rest of my life. And most days it does not feel like work. I love what I do. There is a lot of pride, integrity, motivation. There's just this drive for for real estate that is it's my why is all in that pillar of the drive and motivation I have. And my clients can testify to, how hard I work for them, how well I negotiate, how well I communicate. I take care of my clients because being a real estate transaction is one of, selling your home, getting into a business that you have created this business plan. Now you've got your brick and mortar. You're trying to find a place to call home for your business. Getting into investing so you have more freedom to spend time with your children. These are big, these are big transitions. These are big things in people's lives. And I want to make sure it feels good. I want to make sure that they're happy with my service, they're happy with the results, and it shows through my work. And it's very rewarding for me. Not only financially has it provided for me and my girls and my family, but it has been very, very rewarding. So that's a little background about me, my builder dad, and who I am. And there's lots more to say, but I won't go on and on in this video. So anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch, to connect, and yeah, I appreciate you, and I hope you have an awesome, awesome day. Thanks.